Guys, Eddie, Lori, thank you for accepting my invitation here to my podcast.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us.
No, welcome. And the reason why I wanted to have you guys is because, and I was telling Gilbert this, right? I'm very passionate about books, coffee. Number one, coffee. That's my number one passion. And also fishing. And I think I heard you talking about, and we'll talk about a little bit about that later. But I visited all the coffee shops, and the coffee shop, the 956 Coffee Company that you guys have, it's truly my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, it's really my favorite. You guys make really, really good coffee. I'm drinking some right now. So when I started doing the podcast, I was like, okay, I want to talk to whoever created this, right? So how did it all started?
You want to start?
Yeah, so we started back in 2021.
Okay.
So we first started off as just, we would do markets, pop-ups. We first started off selling cold brew to our friends and families. And then we got an opportunity to work with a few businesses here in Brownsville. So we did that. And then we started off like at a location at a kiosk downtown.
Okay.
And then we were there for 7 months. We had a short lease. And during those 7 months, we were kind of actively looking for kind of our own spot, to create our own hours and, just kind of have more like freedom.
Yeah.
So we then got the small drive-through on Price. And after that, we got the opportunity to move into Paredes. So it's been a lot. It's been a journey.
Yeah. So, but what, and maybe you can talk a little bit about this. What really got you into coffee before turning into a business?
So for me, it was more of a spiritual thing.
Really?
Yeah, I was super into sales, and I was kind of like in the beginning of my spiritual walk, and God asked me to step away and to trust him. I had no idea why, but he said, I have something greater in store for you. At the time, she was a barista at a Starbucks, and I don't know. I just quit my job. I said, okay, you got something greater for me. We'll see what it is. And at that time, because she was a barista there, she had started introducing me to coffee a little bit, even though it was nothing specialty.
Yes.
She had still kind of like showed me, okay, this is a latte, this is cold foam.
But I guess, did you already love coffee? Like, were you a coffee drinker?
I was not.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It wasn't up until like, okay, I feel like God told us open up the coffee shop. Still knew very little about it. But as we got into it, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with like, oh, okay, so how do you get this flavor to pop out? And then people would ask us questions and we didn't know the answers to it. Like we had a collab with another business and they said, give us a coffee with chocolate notes, which is super basic right now. I know that. But at the time I was like, well, how do we get these chocolate notes? So you had to call roasters in San Antonio, roasters in the Valley. And I fell in love with like figuring out how do we get these notes and how do we dial in this espresso? And just fell in the rabbit hole that everyone falls in for coffee.
It is a rabbit hole. So you kind of got him started.
Yeah, so I've always loved coffee. My grandma introduced me, and she would have like coffee out for us with our animal crackers at like 5 years old. So I've always
5
5 years old. So
okay,
we're like avid coffee drinkers, and I mean, I had always wanted to work at a coffee shop anywhere. So when I'm from Brownsville, we were from Brownsville, but I had to move to McAllen because I was going to school. Eddie was working over there mostly, so that's when I kind of started with my barista job at Starbucks. And honestly, I just fell in love with like just meeting people, like, doing something that I love, but also like just really getting to talk to people. And that was one of my favorite parts. I would come home and tell them like all of the stories, everybody that I've met, it was a really cool community. And when COVID happened, we moved back to the Valley, and I was actually going to start a barista job here. Like, they were just going to transfer me. But then Eddie was like, you know what, we were having our first too. So we were having,
but you already had your love for coffee, right?
Yes,
because of your grandma and remembering all that, right? Then you started working at Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's because, but I want to take it a little bit slower, right? Okay. So up to that point, you have no idea that you're going to have your own business.
No, yeah.
Your own coffee shop, right?
No, yeah.
You just, I guess, working for Starbucks at the time, your love for coffee is already there, but you still, the idea of 956 Coffee has not come to mind.
It has not come to mind yet.
Okay.
We were... Go for it.
No, just
I
jump
feel
in.
like for me, it was the love for people.
Yeah.
And it was just so happened that the tool is coffee.
Yes.
So I had already seen her love for or passion for coffee. And I have like that deep passion to bring people together, but also to serve them something that I get to make them, because I also like to cook.
Awesome.
So when I started making coffee for people during COVID, I was like, oh my goodness. When she started making coffee during COVID and she wasn't at Starbucks, we were always like, hey, y'all have to try Lori's coffee. Yeah, you have to try Lori's coffee at every hangout.
Okay. And that's what I was looking for, right? That story, because the similar thing happened to me. Like, I just remember being a kid, and honestly, I don't remember how young I was. But let's say around 10, 12, and I would see my tios having coffee. And I wanted to be at that table. You know what I mean? Like, after dinner and after, having the get together with the family, men would be in that table and just drinking coffee after. And I was like, I want to be in that table. I want to know what they're talking about. And like you're saying, right? Coffee was a thing that brought everybody in that table together into that conversations. And I was just like, always, instead of like trying to be outside, like playing with the rest of my primos, no, I was like, let me get closer to that table. So because at that age, if I would have tasted coffee, I would probably just spit it out, right? Like it's a bitter taste, right? Well, now I love it, but I can only imagine at 10. So that's kind of like how it started with me, and then later on, through my career in the military and being deployed overseas, it was to me, coffee was like that remembering home, right?
Oh, wow.
I wasn't that passionate about coffee yet, but it was like in the middle of everything that was happening around, all these horrible things, like when we have a cup of coffee and we're making some instant brews with the packets of Folgers that we'd get in the MREs, in the military food that they would give us. I would collect those and to make coffee later on, right? Mix it up with chocolate. That's a different story. But see, so that but it's that because the coffee that I was making overseas was bringing me back home, right? So it's something also
nostalgic for you.
Yes. So when I came back, I'm like, man, I want to know more about coffee. So I started going to coffee shops and all that. And that's how I got started.
Wow, that's amazing. I really like that story. I feel like it's so, like, I'm not with the background that you have, but it's also relatable,
Yes, that's why I think almost everybody has that similar story.
Yeah.
When it comes to coffee, because when you give it to someone, like I was saying, if I was a kid and I would drink coffee, I would probably just like spit it out. I was like, oh, what is this? But once you see all that meaning behind it, how everybody sits on a table to share stories, drinking coffee, that's what makes it, I guess, what it is.
I think as well, like during that time, how I said it was a spiritual thing, we were so used to only socially getting together when you drink alcohol that I was like, man, you can do that with another drink? Like, how cool is that?
Exactly.
You're in this, like, you get to start off your morning with it. There's no hangover with your coffee. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And that also helped me fall in love with it. Is just like, oh, you can all have coffee together in the morning. You can have it in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you fall, like you're saying, you fall in love with coffee as you're learning of the different, beans, the different tastes, the different ways that you can prepare coffee, because there's a million ways.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with my algorithm, but I was getting this portable espresso maker for camping. It's everywhere now, my Instagram, my Facebook. But anyway, there's a million ways to do coffee. Right? That was just an example, right? So when you're learning about all this, that's when I started falling in love with coffee. Do you have also something más o menos like that?
Yeah. So I think when I really fell in love with coffee, because I always I did it because I drank it just because it was just like a family thing. It was we were always so used to going and getting coffee, doing our homework. That was always, a thing with us. But when I really started to fall in love with it, it was just when I was able to kind of serve the community and do it and kind of correlate those two.
Okay.
It's a culture thing, and it's just something that it brings people together. It brings people of all different kinds of backgrounds together. So I just, that's kind of where my love started to grow more and more.
When I was stationed in the Marine Corps in California, in the middle of the desert in 29 Palms, there's the biggest city, I guess it was back then, Palm Springs. A little bit about 2 hours from LA, right? But just driving towards the city, I would stop at the coffee shops, and then I started discovering that, wait, it's not just the drink. It's also kind of like a community, right? A type of people that are looking for a different experience away, I guess, from alcohol and some other stuff. And the people are very artistic, I guess, the people that are attracted to coffee shops. So to me, that's also was another thing that I was like, okay, what is this, right? Because all the coffee shops had that vibe of different type of people. And I have never seen any of that. So that's why, or that's how I started going into just different shops to experiment, to experience, right, coffee.
I think it's so beautiful to get to experience a lot of coffee shops. I don't feel like enough people get to do it.
No.
But when we started off, I still had my sales job part-time. And I would get to travel from city to city. And this was still at the beginning stages of our coffee.
Yeah.
I got to try about 3 coffee shops every day on the road.
Okay, so you're preparing, right?
Yeah,
recipes and the way to do it and everything.
Yeah.
But the idea of all right, you know what? Let's do a coffee shop. When did it came about exactly?
I was reading a book in 2020. It was either a book. I forgot where it came from. It was either a book or it was a podcast. But one of the questions on there was, when you were a kid, what did you want to be? And if you were talking to your kid self, would they be happy with what you're doing right now? Or would they be disappointed? And I was like, man, did I want to get into sales? Or did I sell out? Am I doing this because it pays me very well? And as a little kid, I was always a little entrepreneur kid.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't plan to get into sales. So I asked Lori.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, when you were a kid, what did you want to be?
Yeah.
Would you be happy with yourself? And she's like, I wanted to open up my own business. I wanted to have a pastry shop or donut shop, something like that.
When I was a kid, I wanted to have a donut shop. I was like, well, I have no idea how to make donuts, but I love coffee.
Yeah. Yes. So she always wanted to make stuff for people. And we were just reflecting, it was COVID, so that helped us out. Hey, if the world ends, and I wasn't scared of COVID, but still the question is, if don't get to work, did we do what
you wanted?
Yeah, what we wanted. The answer was no.
Yeah.
So Lori quit school
really
the next day.
I was going for my psychology degree. I had everything planned out. I need 2 more classes.
Okay.
But for me right there, when Eddie, we were kind of like, during COVID, we had a lot of time to pause, you know, think, reflect.
Yes.
So we had a lot of, you know, of those conversations with each other, and kind of, we just realized, like, you know what, like, we have not done what we wanted to do yet. And right now is like the perfect time to start.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were going through that spiritual walk. So when we were having that conversation, Eddie was just like,
let's both quit right now, and we're going to start. Like, we're going to open up.
So you quit a job and you quit going to the university for your psychology degree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just said, let's do it.
Yeah.
Just with the conversation of, hey, did you want to do this? No? Okay. Like, are we going to be happy with our lives if we look at the end of it and we didn't do what we wanted to do?
Yeah. At this time, we were pregnant with our first child, Malachi. And
when
Eddie,
you guys decided to quit, like,
on paper, it does not make sense.
Yeah, we had also just got a mortgage a few months before that.
No way.
COVID happened. So Eddie, he was being spoken to, and he was telling me, you know, God wants me to quit. And, you know, and I trust Eddie, you know, completely 100%. And it was a very, like, it was just an intense moment, right, in our lives. But I just told him, I was like, you know what, I trust you 100%. If God is talking to you, I trust that. And, you know, let's do it. So it was kind of just a really big, inspiring moment.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of hard work it was a lot of,
man.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that you said it was maybe a podcast or a video that you watched.
Yeah, those questions can get you.
Yeah, that make you ask that question, and from that, all this is happening now.
Yeah,
that is crazy. That's a really cool story.
You have kids, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, okay. I was about to have my first son,
man,
and the pressure is just like, dang, how do I be the best dad like I can be? Like, I don't want to show him I'm scared to chase a dream.
Yeah.
You know? So those thoughts are running through my head. And then you have that podcast at the same time asking you that question. If I want to show him that, like, you can live out your dream, I at least have to show him we can try. You know? Now I have 2 kids. And
man, that's awesome.
I need to show them, like, hey, don't be scared. Do what you want to do. And I mean, the pressure was there, so it's coming from all angles.
Man, that's awesome. I get chills, man, just listening to that kind of story, man. But in a way, you're right, because you said it. It doesn't look good on paper.
Yeah,
right?
It made no sense.
Doesn't
like, we're about to have a kid. COVID is going on. I'm going to school, so you're the only one actually that has a job, and you're gonna quit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Get this. We started it with no money. We didn't even have an espresso machine. We didn't have a grinder. We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
We started off with making cold brew, getting our beans grounded from a coffee shop. We didn't have the grinder. We were doing cold brew. And we started selling cold brew.
Man, that's awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, our community is so amazing. People would, like, we really put ourselves out there, and I mean, that's the good thing about Instagram, Facebook, you know, all those things. They're really good tools, you know, for businesses.
Yeah.
And we just kind of promoted ourselves, you know, like, we're selling cold brew, you know, and people would support us like that. And then we started doing markets, and I think that's really all that it takes.
Did you guys have the same name since the beginning?
No.
Well, I mean, once you guys had the idea, was like, all right, we're gonna make a coffee, and we're gonna. Well, how did you start it?
We started off with the name Roasted Remedy.
Roasted Remedy.
Yes.
So the people that know you from the beginning know this.
It was like a week.
It was like a week. Okay. I don't know.
We did one event as Roasted Remedy.
Yeah, I think one event, and then after that, we were just like, you know what? Let's sit down. Let's talk about this, and you know, let's come up with like something that really inspires us. You know?
It's so hard to name a business. Yeah. It is so hard. I've done it a couple times. in my experience, you have an idea in your head at the beginning and you come up with a name and then you go into a rabbit hole and then you always come back to the beginning. I don't know if that happened with you guys, but it's like, dude, just keep it simple. And I always end up with some of the few names that I had at the beginning.
Yeah,
before.
In another podcast, they said, keep your name simple.
Simple.
Super simple. So I was like, what do we love? Where are we from? What do we do? 956 Coffee. And it hit. And I don't know, we tried to change the name, or at least I did in my head, like 10 times after we started with that name. But it had already hit, and I was like, dang, how do we go back?
After you decided to go with 956 Coffee?
Yes.
Yeah, because then you start questioning everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'll tell you guys right now, but I actually opened up a coffee shop in Matamoros when I came back from the military because of the experience that I had with coffee. It only lasted like 6 months, and then I was like, man, I need to come into the U.S. Because of my family and everybody. But I'll tell you guys right now. So going back to the naming and business, right? Like you start questioning everything. No, what if somebody relates this with my name and you don't want this? And you start thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
And it should be simple. 956, I love it.
Thank you.
I love that name. And you know why? Because not only it's not just a cool name, but it also represents the very unique culture that we have here at the border. You know?
Yes.
So yeah, some people might say like, 956, that was easy, but it's not, man. It's I think it's cool.
Thank you.
It's simple, and it actually represents, you know, this unique culture that we have here in Brownsville, especially, you know, like here with our neighbor now Matamoros, with being a border town. So I think I love it, man. I love it.
Thank you.
And then the other thing is that we shouldn't think too much about the name sometimes, but the product and the environment that you guys have in your shop. That's what makes it who you guys are as a business. All right. So 956 Coffee, that came about and you're like, all right, let's go with this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that, like you said, with the environment and everything, I feel like it does hold us to a standard, you know, because the Valley is such an amazing place. And
it is.
I mean, Eddie's lived other places. You've lived other places. I've heard, you know, there's nothing.
Gilbert was telling me, I was running away from Brownsville. He went to study in Boston or Massachusetts, right? And then he comes back. Once he grows up and goes through all that phase of being away from home, and you're like, dude, I had an amazing place back home. And then we always come back.
It's the people.
Yeah, it's the people.
Here. Yeah.
It's the people. So the coffee carts, right?
Yeah.
That's for how long did that last it?
So we started off carrying around a little table, super heavy table. Our setup was so heavy, and she was pregnant, so I had to carry a lot of this stuff. I think we carried the table for a solid like 6-7 months.
Yeah, it was around there.
My mom felt bad for us. She lent us a little bit to invest in a coffee cart, and once we got the coffee cart, it got heavier because now we started adding more stuff to it. That went on for another like 8 or 9 months of moving the cart around. It was crazy because I don't think we ever took the cart apart.
Yeah, and
after 2 years, we realized.
We finally figured it out. It's a simple cart. So what those are is you just like kind of unhinge them. They kind of like clamp onto the wood and everything.
Yeah.
It's simple. And I mean, after 2 years, you're like, you know what? This would have been so much.
2 years.
After 2 years, we never took it apart. We realized it was collapsible. And if anyone that has a cart is hearing this, they're probably like, how did you not do that?
Yeah.
I break a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to break this coffee cart.
Yeah.
It's our only source of income right now.
I'm not going to try to force it to fold.
Yeah. And then once we started taking it apart, I broke it.
Yeah.
Like recently. So I was like, okay, good thing I never took it apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did it coffee cart up until like a year and a half. Once we moved downtown, we really stopped taking the cart out.
Yeah.
Did you guys had an espresso machine since the beginning?
No, we started off with cold brew. We didn't have enough money for an espresso machine.
They're expensive.
They're super expensive. So we started off with cold brew, and people had no problem with that. Like they were so supportive with our cold brew.
For someone that is listening, right? What's the difference between just an iced coffee and a cold brew?
Iced coffee is gonna be a batch brew that you kind of let cool. You pour over ice. That's iced coffee. Cold brew is made with time instead of temperature, so it tends to be less acidic, easier on the stomach,
stronger.
Is that the drip one? The one that the cold brew is that slow drip
there's different ways to make it. James Huffman just released a new way to make cold brew, and he's saying it's the best way. So we'll be trying that this next week. But yeah, the main difference between iced coffee and cold brew is just gonna be one is with heat, one is without heat.
Okay.
And then there's also like Americanos, lattes, like in ice with espresso. So, but yeah, with like
so you guys started like that because it's easier to make, right? Let's say that
it's easier, and you can start
with
off,
ice coffee drinks.
Yeah, you can start off with $100. I see people posting, you need $50,000 to start your coffee business. Man. I'm like, man, we started off with maybe $50.
Yeah.
And we did it. $50. You didn't need a lot.
What you need is the motivation.
Yes.
And the consistency to keep doing a business when you don't have an investment and you don't have the money, right?
Yeah.
So I do admire that.
Thank you.
So 2 years of that, right? And then I imagine there was a lot of struggles during those 2 years, right?
Oh yeah.
You guys want to share any of that?
Yeah,
I mean, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, especially with just coffee. You know, you can get frustrated that the money's not flowing as you would think it was gonna flow with stuff like that. So
so the finances was maybe the biggest struggle. That was a struggle for sure. You didn't know if sales were going to come in. A lot of the times you were just like hoping you would wake up and someone was placing orders, because we used to deliver coffee for the whole like first year of our business, right?
Yeah. So that was always like, you know, it was unpredictable, but then also like you would go to the markets, you know, you have to pay the vendor fee. And then sometimes the markets you would make negative, or you would make, you know, like $10.
Yeah.
So like those were always like it was just, we didn't know. But I mean, we kept on being consistent.
Yes.
Consistency is important. And I think what really helped us is that we really put ourselves out there. So it was, you know, even in the uncomfortable situations, we would go business to business and kind of like introduce ourselves, or here like it's our coffee.
We were hardcore.
Well, that's how you learn the business, man. Like you have to grind, or like to be as a guy says that is popular on social media. You have to be in the dirt.
Yeah.
You know, because when you have everything given to you, let's say the coffee shop that you guys have right now would be given to you from the beginning. The experience was not going to be the same.
Oh yeah, no.
Because none of your and I know you. I'm going to say employees, but not in a negative way. Like the people that work together with you, right? Cannot tell you, hey, you haven't experienced this because you have been since you know, doing the coffee from the bottom without the fancy equipment that you guys have right now. Like you guys were doing coffee with almost nothing, right? So you guys know the whole business inside and out. That was kind of like my point. You guys know everything. You guys grew the business from nothing. So now you can tell the people that help you guys out, hey, we're telling you because we have gone through all this struggle, right? Yes. We know.
Yeah.
So what else was family members telling you guys, like, dude, just quit, dude, just get your old job and just take care of your family?
They did it at a place of care for us. They saw how much we were struggling. They would always tell Lori, you need to go back to school. You need to go back to school. Like, you need to go finish. You need to have
new mortgage, you said, right?
Yes, you need to have a plan B, because if this doesn't work out, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I really am so grateful that Lori and I were always on the same page. We always said there's no plan B. We're gonna do this. If we don't do this, we're going to find a way. So it's not really an option to not make the coffee shop happen.
Yeah.
If we fail after we open up the coffee shop, that's okay. That was okay. I don't care if we did it for 1 year, 2 years. We just had to make it to the shop. So because of that, whatever everyone was telling us, it didn't matter too much. My mom would tell me to, like, hey, you need to go back and you need to do more sales. And thank God with that sales job, my brother's the manager. Mm-hmm. So if I ever needed to go make 1 or 2 extra sales, sometimes leave for like a week, he'll be like, hey, dude, come on.
Yeah.
So
to help out.
Yeah, to help out. So that kind of helped us fund.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say we did get a lot of like, you know, from a place of love, like, hey guys, like, let's do this.
Because
like,
they want to take care of you guys. They're worried about you guys, right?
Yes.
And I mean, for the first year, we were just doing markets, deliveries, and all of that. When we got our first place, I think that's when we started feeling a pressure of like, hey, like now we have to pay rent, we have payroll, we have all these expenses. And that's when Eddie was just like, you know what? I need to go full time back, like to sales.
Yeah.
So I started managing the first location, the kiosk area, by myself.
Where was this?
That was downtown. That was downtown on 13th Street.
Okay.
So we did that. We kind of split up for a little bit during those like 6-7
Did that
months.
happen after the first year or the first 2 years of the cart?
That happened after the cart. So like after
it was once we made it into a coffee shop.
Once we made it into like an actual location, that's when like the finances really started to like, we really started to see like,
now it's like now it's for real.
Yeah,
pressure.
it was
Yes.
a lot of pressure. So that was when we were kind of like, okay, like we
Because
need to.
With the cart, if the sales are not there, you're not making money, but you don't have any overhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Zero.
there's no overhead.
It's zero. All right, we don't have any money, but at least we don't owe money.
Yeah,
But with the rent and employees,
Yes.
it's different.
yeah. So
Now it's on.
yeah, it was on. So we started to feel more pressure, and you know, we had more bills. We had like just people to pay. So that went on for 6-7 months, you know, and we just pushed through it. We pushed through it, and we were starting to make a plan for what we're gonna do next. Like, okay, this isn't gonna go on for after 6-7 months. So what is our next plan? Like, what are we going to do after? Where are we going to go after?
In that plan, was there ever a deadline of like, look, if after a year in this place, the business is not here, then we're going to call it quits?
So thank God our lease was 6 months, because downtown was not it for us. The parking situation made it so tricky. Because on the street we were on, there was like 5 parking spots. But yeah, we had a 6-month plan there. If it didn't work for us, we were going to be able to move out. And that little drive-thru opened up at month 5. So we said, hey, this is our last shot. Like, we're going to give
the one on Price.
Yes, we're going to give it our all on this little drive-thru. If it doesn't hit here, we're done.
Then it's done.
Yeah, then we can say, hey, we really tried. Yeah. This is really like, we did it. Even when we were downtown, we said, hey, we're successful. Mm-hmm. We made it to where we wanted to get to. We got to serve people. Even
if, and this is and I have not run a business here in the U.S., right? Even if you come up at the end of the month to 0, but you don't own anything, I think it's a success for the business, right? You pay your employees, you pay for all the supplies, everything that you need for the business, you pay the rent, and we're at 0. We're not making money, but I think that's a success.
Yes.
Now you know you have a business.
Yes.
Yeah. So if there's a little bit left over for you guys, that's even better.
Yeah. So when we were downtown, we didn't even have enough to hit 0. We were going negative every week.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my goodness.
And you can support that for a certain amount of time. But after a while, you're like,
good credit cards. like with a lot of credit on them. So I was like, okay, swipe. And then like month 5, I was like, hey, we thought we were going to be able to catch back up. So we're like, hey, we have all the equipment to open up here. Let's try it. If it doesn't hit, we have equipment and we'll have a cool coffee shop at the house. Yeah. Right? Like, we'll do that. If it doesn't work out,
we'll be able to treat our guests
exactly
with fancy equipment.
And the day that we opened up, it took off. Like that location
really
took off.
Just like that.
Just like that. We actually ran the downtown location and the Price location at the exact same time to see, okay, are we going to keep trying downtown or are we going to keep both of them and see where this goes? This location took almost 90% of the customers. And we're like, okay, we're not re-signing over here.
Wow.
We are going to try over here. And ever since we signed that lease, everything kind of changed.
So sometimes God tells you like, hey, I'll show you the way. Yeah. But you just got to keep pushing.
You got to keep pushing.
You just can't just give up.
Yeah. Like
if it's really your passion, just keep going and I'll show you the way. I'll tell you this way.
Yeah.
I feel like most people could have easily given up after that. Yeah. Like after that experience we had where you're not making it. And I wouldn't even be like, hey, like, I don't know. I wouldn't judge anyone because that was really hard. Yeah. It was very, very hard. But just keep pushing until we got the other one and it launched on that second one.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm glad that it happened.
Thank you.
Because like I said, you guys have an amazing business. And I think you still there's a lot of room for improvement, right? So I know you guys are going to do way better.
Thank you.
Way, way, way better. So man, 956 Coffee. Okay, so you guys now have the drive-through, right? Mm-hmm. Location on Price. But that one has no place where people can sit down. Mm-hmm. It's just drive-through, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You keep on thinking, no, but we still need to keep going. We're not gonna focus our business in just drive-throughs, right? Mm-hmm. Because you can easily just open another drive-through, some other location in Brownsville, and kind of like replicate the same amount of sales from this one. Mm-hmm. But you're still thinking of, no, we need to have. So I guess the question is, did you guys have an idea of how the coffee shop had to look or be with tables, with people? I mean, or...
Oh, that was my idea. So okay. We were at the drive-thru and it was month 6. And at that time we had really we knew we were going to have to start looking for another place. But at that moment we were like, okay, like not yet. A realtor came to our shop and she told us to go see Paradis. And she's like, hey, this one's open if you want to go see it. And we see it, and it looks completely different from what it looks like now.
And there used to be a coffee shop there.
Yeah, yes. There used to be a coffee shop there. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I want a big table. I want people to sit together, and I want it just to be kind of like an open thing.
Yes,
it's a small shop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can we make that work? How can people talk to each other? One thing that I loved about downtown was that whenever we did have people there, people just started talking to each other that they didn't know because of the big table that was downtown.
Yeah.
So we really liked that. We watched people meet each other, come into the shop the next week together,
Yes.
It was nice to see. So we needed a long table.
Okay.
To be
so that was the idea in your head. Whatever we do, we need to have a big table for people to sit down.
You got to see people sit down, and then the next time they sat down together, they were talking.
Yes.
It was cool. Rather than having a bunch of individual tables.
Exactly.
I think everyone that visited the downtown location was a fan of the table. Don't ever get rid of that table. So when we opened up that one, she was like, we need the table. We have to have it.
How and this is more like a technical question, but how did you, and I don't want to go into a big rabbit hole, but how did you select your espresso machines? did you went through a process of like, all right, which one can work better for?
Yeah, so we have 3 different brands. We started off with, we even started off with a Breville at our house. From Breville, we jumped into Rocket. We liked Rocket, but truthfully, I want to own every brand. I don't know. I guess like just I want to experience all of them. Yeah. So we have a Simonelli at the Price location. On our catering cart, we have a Luca A53. And at the Paredes location, we have a Speziali S9.
Yes.
So I don't know. I kind of like trying them all. Yeah. One day I want to have the Mazzarocco, and then I want to have a Slayer. So I have like a list of
Slayers. Those are the one made in the U.S., right? Seattle.
Yeah, I think so. So I want to have them all.
Crazy
I want to have an
Yeah.
R9 as well. So I have a list of them.
Yeah.
I think every shop will have a different machine because I just want to see how different they are.
And that's why I wanted to ask the question because like I also get into the equipment, right? I like all that stuff. So when I started like looking into one for home, there's like a million of them.
Yes.
Oh, this one, and then you find out about the other one. So I don't know. I just wanted to know how did you decide it? But I guess you're still even right now wanting to try other brands.
It's like people that are into cars. Like they want to have different types of cars. I was the same with our equipment. Our grinders are a bunch of different brands as well.
Yeah.
I have a Mazzer. I have a Eureka. And I have 2 Malconics, like E80s. So there's a variety of everything just because I like to experience how they operate, how they work.
Yeah.
At the same time, we went with what was affordable for us. Yeah. And we always told ourselves we can work our way up to better equipment as we go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also is kind of fun for me because I get to start off with like these smaller machines.
Yes.
Mod them up a little bit, and I learned how to operate on a machine that isn't as expensive.
Yeah.
So for me, that's actually been really fun to change out the burrs, clean the burrs, put new SSPs on there. And I fell in love with that too. Yeah, you say it's a rabbit hole of equipment.
It is.
I fell in love with the rabbit hole.
Especially for people that are they like equipment and gear. Not just for coffee, but other things. Like you get into it, man.
There's actually a guy we watch on YouTube, and he goes over all of the equipment, everything that's new. Lance.
Yeah, Lance.
So
Lance. I watch him.
Yeah, so he helps us out sometimes.
He's way too technical for me. I'll be honest. Like some of his videos are like, oh man, okay, I need to watch this like 3 times to see what he was referring to or what he meant by what he said. You know, like. I have to analyze his videos, man. He's very technical.
Yeah. He's someone that we studied a lot. So he's helped us choose some of our equipment. Like he released a video that the smaller, I guess like portafilter size, the diameter of it, is better to have a smaller one. But everyone goes 58 millimeter. Now he's saying the smaller you go, the more like puck depth you get, the cleaner your shots come out. So we went with the Speziali. It has the smaller.
I see.
It has like group size already.
So you're experimenting with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and you can tell like on the way that you guys make coffee, you can tell that you guys put a lot behind every cup. You know, like you guys put a lot of thought into it, and people that actually are like aficionados of coffee can really tell. You know, maybe the average drinker won't notice some of those things, but the people that are into coffee like myself, like we notice, and we're looking for that shop.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you guys make really good coffee, and I'm not an expert, you know, but you know I've been drinking coffee for many years. I think it was like 16 when I started.
16?
Yeah,
wow.
16 or 17. Yeah, when I actually said, all right, now I'm gonna have my cup of coffee. So. The Brownsville scene for coffee shop is changing
very
a lot.
Fast, yes.
What's going on, man?
Fun fact, when we started off, there was only like 3 or 4 coffee shops.
I think so, yeah.
It was 7th and Park, Angelitas, Roast House.
Sovereign, right? Sovereign? No?
Not when we opened up doing events. They opened up after. Okay, yeah. Those 3 coffee shops. Now they're popping up everywhere very fast.
But that's good. It's good for everybody.
It's awesome for everyone. We're gonna have more places to drink coffee. Sorry, what was the question?
Well, I was asking, like, why is this happening now? To me, it took a long time. Look,
yes.
I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, and my idea was to open up a coffee shop here in Brownsville.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of money, I'll be honest, because of money, it was just impossible for me to do what I had in mind. So at the time, my grandma in Matamoros was like, hey, I have this place where you can just do what you want and you don't have to pay anything. It's there. So I was like, oh, I need to. It was like you're saying, my idea was here.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to be happy until I actually realized that or put that idea into reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up a coffee shop over there. And I knew that I was like, man, I need to have my family and everything here in the U.S. But I was like, man, I just need to do it, and I did it. And at the end, like things didn't work out. But I went through that whole experience, right?
I think that's super cool that you did it.
Yeah,
and I think it's honorable because there's so many people I meet that don't actually do or even try what they want to do.
So and it was a really good experience for me. Now, the point was that in 2007, there was nothing in Brownsville. So I can't remember when did the first Starbucks open up, the one over here by Frontage and Boca Chica.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you all remember that.
Yeah.
It closed out. I don't know why it went belly up, but my theory is because of the parking. It was just impossible to park for that Starbucks. You had to go through the Vermilion restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would take Frontage Road, it you would miss the entrance. It was just, to be honest, I think that's why it closed down. So there was nothing. It was just that Starbucks opened up after. So in my head, it's like, man, I have this idea. I need to do it. But to me, it just with my family and daughter, I was like, I just went to get a job, right? And then life happens, so that's why I like your story, man. Mm-hmm. It just makes me happy that someone actually did it,
Mm-hmm.
So, so we go back to coffee shops here in Brownsville, right? There's nothing, and I'm like, it's gonna happen, it's coming. And then 2010, 2011, and Starbucks appear at some point, but nothing. And I'm waiting for the smaller coffee shops to start appearing in Brownsville, and nada, dude.
Yeah.
So it took a while, right?
It did. We would go to Austin, and we're like, man, they got all these shops. There's coffee in every corner. Then we come back to Brownsville, and we're like, dang, we got 2 or 3 at that time here.
Yeah.
I think right now, though, like the coffee scene is so amazing. The coffee, like Brownsville coffee, is probably some of the best coffee I've had.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not only talking about our shop. I'm talking about like Brownsville in a general, like view is like the coffee here is.
I was gonna.
The coffee here is amazing, and now you go to like Austin, like those other.
They're clean, yeah.
Like now you go to Austin and the other like coffee hub places, and you're like, man, like I miss Brownsville because of the coffee, and even like up to McAllen, like we go and everything. But I think everybody like is pretty up there with their standards, you know?
Yeah. No, and I'm happy, and for you as business owners, I know there's probably something that says, another business, but no, I think it makes everybody better.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna bring more business to everybody.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the effect of the food court.
Yes,
right. All the restaurants are next to each other, and you're thinking, competition right next to me. Nah, but it just brings more people into everybody.
Yeah.
At first, we felt a little like that when we were first starting off, like, oh, there's more. And right now, like, I don't know, we've been in it long enough. We're very grateful. Mm-hmm. We try to help out if we can anywhere. Even if, like, they're new shops, like, hey, we're here for you guys if you need anything, you know? Yeah. just be there for everyone, be there for the community. We're all trying to do the same thing. I'll even get into it later of why we got into roasting, but it's because all these new shops are coming out. I would love to be there for all of them.
Oh, that's cool, man. That you had other coffee shops or other coffee owners that reach out to help you guys, guide you guys through some of the stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool. You see, and when we were talking about, when I was telling you that people that go to coffee shops, like, they're different kind of people, right? They're very friendly. They're very, I don't know how to explain it. Very in touch with the community, with helping others, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but they're just different kind of people. You know, different from the ones that just want something super quick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about other bigger coffee places, right? Nationwide coffee places that just focus on sales.
Yeah. I would say we're very grateful as well for the people that come into our shop, even in the drive-thru. Goodness, they treat us very well. They treat the baristas very well. So I'm very happy that we have those customers.
Yeah, I think that goes back on like the community that we have. Like, everybody is just amazing, and we really like, we try to give back with like just the small little details in the business. But I mean, the support that we get is like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Now, you do train your own employees, right?
Yes.
Or the baristas, right? Which is good.
Oh, you've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been through one of your classes. Yes. What's his name? Alex? No.
It was Abram.
Abram.
Yes.
Okay. When he's still in training, right?
Yes.
He's going through. That is very important. And I remember when I was here back many years ago, when the whole Starbucks started, I had already experienced the local coffee shops in California, in LA, Palm Springs. So my idea of coffee was already based on those places, right? So when I was here and I was comparing that, I couldn't find someone that actually makes like good coffee. I was telling you that day, I don't want to bash on Starbucks, but it was Starbucks, right? When they give you a latte and you open up, even if it's just that to-go cup, and you open up to see the
all foam.
Yes, and it just looked like the foam that you see when you're washing the dishes. Like, it's not supposed to look like that, right? That means that you burn the milk when you're frothing, you know. So there was no place that actually had like the coffee that was in my head from California, right? From an actual coffee shop. So it is very important to train your baristas. Because it's easy, right, to focus on just on sales, and you forget a little bit about the quality, and you just tell someone, nah, just put it in the cup. Nobody's gonna notice the difference on a latte. Go ahead and just throw it out through or pass it through the window on the drive-through, or give it to this customer. You know, he's not gonna know. But no, people are starting to notice now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
People in Brownsville are a little bit more, and I don't know what's the right word, but now they're more aware of how coffee should look like.
Yes, I think one of the good things of having more coffee shops open up is the standard always has to get higher and higher and higher, because if there's a lot of options, it means we all have to get better, and we don't have to take customers away from each other. We just have to build the customer base, show them what is specialty coffee, what makes us different than any other chain. And as a unit, we can do that together, teach people what it's like to drink third wave specialty coffee. And we can do that together. It doesn't have to be like an individual thing.
Yeah. It's not a competition. It's not a fight. between businesses.
The sun shines for everybody.
In Houston, they have the Houston Coffee Collective, which is so cool because they all support each other. They all hang out and they all do it together.
Oh, really? Yeah. So that's like a
community of all the local specialty shops, the third wave shops. They all have like a community amongst themselves.
Maybe you guys should start something like that.
Yeah, I think it'll be coming to Brownsville and the Valley like soon. There's already, I think someone has the RGV Coffee Collective.
Oh, yes.
Might be Ryan or Kenny, one of those two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they have it. I think it's growing as like
yes, it is. It is growing. I was going through your Instagram, and I'm sorry if I'm going from subject to subject. It's just that the way that I do my podcast, like I just ask the questions that I really want to know, like there's nothing scripted, nothing. It's just I'm going through my mind. So for someone that is listening, he might have the same questions as me, right?
Yeah.
Even though I'm jumping back and forth, but I was going through your Instagram this morning just to see if there was anything that I missed from your shop. There was a post that says, "Hey, the banana drink, it's back."
Yes,
because of the demand of everybody. Is that one drink that people were requesting? And it was supposed to be a seasonal drink, or what happened with that?
So we've only ever had to do that one other time. We had dropped an horchata latte when we first started off. That was supposed to be seasonal, and when we took it off, we got so many messages and comments like, "Hey guys, this drink has to stay."
Which one?
The rice and beans, the horchata latte.
Rice and beans?
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
it just rice.
Explain to us the drink, please.
Yeah, so rice is horchata, right?
Yeah.
Rice.
Yeah.
Beans being the coffee.
Okay.
Because we're 956 coffee, we just thought like, it's our culture. It's rice and beans.
That's fun. That's clever.
It ended up being the most popular drink we've had since we've opened up. Is the rice and beans. It's hard to even come close to that. So that was 4 years ago we dropped that drink. There hadn't been even a seasonal that can beat that drink up until we dropped the bananas and cream this past
Bananas
summer.
and cream. That's right.
Yeah, so the bananas and cream, when we took it off for the summer, when we said, hey, we're going into the fall drink, people were still coming in like, hey, guys, put that drink back on. Put that drink back on. We were getting messages, phone calls. We're like, dang. People really.
What's in the drink? I mean, I know bananas, but
it's bananas with a little bit of cane sugar. We really let the bananas ripen, so it has the full banana flavor and a little bit of heavy cream. Then
with coffee, I'm assuming.
You can do coffee or matcha.
Oh.
Yeah, so we make the banana into like a puree, and then we kind of make it into like a little like foamy, like and we use that as a base. We put like the lactose-free milk, and then you can add matcha or espresso to it.
I see. That's why the pictures, the top part of the drink was green. It's the matcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets ordered as a matcha a lot, but there's still a lot of people that come in and throw espresso on it.
I don't know a lot about all the flavored, all the iced coffees and all that, because I do black coffee, Americanos, espresso, and lattes. That's it. There's variations of lattes, right? There's the what is it called, the flat white that people are now into. You guys do that?
Yeah.
Okay, like the flat whites, the lattes, and all that. So I guess the way that I consume coffee is just pretty simple. Just black coffee and make coffee with milk.
I'm the same way. So I'm also Americanos is my daily. Like I have to have an Americano at least once a day.
Yes.
My other option is a plain latte or an espresso shot.
Yes.
I'm a sweet coffee drinker. I'm drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
Now you guys can complement each other.
Yeah.
Right?
I will love an espresso shot. I dial in, I help out, and I'll taste the shot, and then I'll tell them throw it in a pumpkin spice. But I mean the cool thing about like that is like it's the details. So like we make the pumpkin spice.
So was the banana and cream your idea, Lori?
No, actually that was Jason's idea. So Jason is our manager.
Okay.
And he's like our right hand.
Yes.
He helps us with everything. He's amazing. And one day he had this idea of throwing a banana into a matcha. He's really into matcha. So he did it, he made it, and we tried it. It was amazing. And I think at first it was like on the top, like as a foam. And then the second time we did it like kind of mixed in with the drink. So it kind of like, you know.
And in one of my last visits to the coffee shop, I was talking to your sister. I didn't know it was your sister.
Yeah.
But she was there at the business. And I don't know how we just started having a really cool conversation. And it started the conversation started because of matcha. I think she was making one. And I had been in Japan for 8 months. And I was telling her that I didn't know what matcha was. I knew coffee, but all the tea and the tea culture in Japan is like, like they're very, very. It's a ritual. It's something they do a lot. So that's when I first experienced matcha, because it was like a ceremony. I was telling her that over there in Japan, you know, it's like a ceremony. Even in every tea house, like the way they prepare the matcha has to be done the proper way. And there's a very respectful relationship with the customers. You have to be patient because it takes a while for them to prepare it. And then they wait. What I was telling her is like they wait to see your expression with that first drink, right? You drink that first sip of the matcha, and they know, like, if you like it or not.
Wow.
You know, like they know, because the Japanese culture is like they go by their lives through the word honor, right? So it's an honor for them to be serving you that matcha in that moment.
Wow.
So I don't know. It's very, very special, the culture in Japan. So that's why I got introduced to matcha. And then after, I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. And it was, at the beginning, it was different because I didn't expect it, you know, that flavor. But then I got used to it. And now, when I already had too many cups of coffee in the morning, in the afternoons, I try to mix it with tea. And matcha and chai is the way to go for me, you know. So a good matcha, I'm always looking for one. And the one that you guys make in your shop,
thank you.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Thank you.
I didn't drink matcha again. She introduces me to everything, and then somehow, once I fall in love with it, I want to learn more about it.
Yes.
But she introduces me to everything. When we didn't have enough for an espresso machine, she said we can throw chai and matcha onto the menu. I guess she kind of introduced me to a lot of the coffee stuff. So she was the one that knew more about it. I didn't really know anything about it.
Yeah. No. Well, I love matcha, and we went through actually a lot of matchas before we found the one.
Okay.
So we kind of like, we would do taste tests. We do taste tests with everything. Our employees help us out, and they try it out, and they give us their feedback. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, they let us know what they think, and we kind of make sure how well it goes with the sweeteners that we have and everything. Yeah. So we taste a lot. We have so much extra matcha that we don't even use because
we have a couple different brands in the
bag. That we don't use them because we found already the brand that we love. So, but yeah, that's kind of like how we go about like trying out or getting to the matcha that we have. We've tried so many.
It's the same with the beans. He's been there where I'm trying different beans, and any customer we're serving is like the other baristas do it, but if I'm there, I'm asking everyone, hey, what do you think of this Nicaragua? I'm about to order a pallet of it, so I'd rather have you guys tell me
a little feedback.
Before I go into putting all my money into that bean.
Sorry. One of my visits to your shop, I saw that you guys were doing something with either Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles or with something colorful.
Yes.
What is that?
So we had done a Fruity Pebble latte.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like sweet drinks, if I'm being honest, but we had gone to visit a few coffee shops and they had done like a nostalgic drink. And I was like, man, that really reminded me of my childhood.
Yes.
I was like, about to be 30 years old and I'm enjoying like this almost like kid-like drink.
Milk.
Yes.
It's a cereal milk. That's what my kids crave. Like, well, it's kind of cool that you can bring like that kid item into an adult drink. I was like,
so you were just getting the flavor to the milk.
Yeah.
To use with coffee.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
We brew, like
that
we let it
interesting.
steep in there, and then you remove the Fruity Pebbles from it.
Got it.
Yeah, so then it's just a milk that has the leftover, kind of like when you're a kid and you get to drink.
At the end of the bowl.
At the end of the bowl, yes.
You sip it all down.
So we're like, let's give that back to people. We're all adults now. All grew up on these cereal. Like, how cool is it to offer a drink that reminds you of your childhood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have it in the menu?
No, it's a summer item, but if you see the comments on the bananas and cream post, there's a lot of people asking for the cereals and milk on the same post.
Yeah.
But we only brought one back.
Yeah.
The other one will stay a season.
Nice. Everybody, we all love sugar, man. A little bit of sugar, not in excess, but yes, it's always good to have something sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Even me, sometimes, and I'm used to, like, I've been drinking, like I said, black coffee for over 20 some years, but every once in a while, I'm like, let me get a little bit of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll order something, Oh, that looks good. Let me, or that sounds good. Let me try it. So yes, you have to keep innovating when it comes to those kind of drinks.
Yeah, we like to go as hard as we can with the flavored drinks, right? But never lose how much we love the base of our drinks. The pure black coffee has to be the star of the show in all of our drinks. It doesn't matter if they have sugar, Fruity Pebbles, marshmallow. The main thing in all of our coffee drinks has to be the actual coffee.
Yes.
The espresso.
So you started roasting coffee, your own coffee.
Yes.
So at the beginning, you were ordering everything from someone else.
Yes.
A supplier. Let's just say a supplier, right? So now, tell us, you're starting to do your own roasting.
Mm-hmm.
How is that working out?
It's another rabbit hole in coffee. So it's intimidating for a lot of people. It was intimidating for me. But once you start, you just want, okay, how can I make this bean better? And I downloaded Barista Hustle. So I started taking courses on roasting. Yeah. But I'm a big YouTuber. So I can just watch YouTube for hours. Or if I can't see it, I'm going to be listening to it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I fell in love with like getting to travel to other roasteries. And the culture that's in a roastery is so different than a culture in a coffee shop. Yes. I love the rawness, the just straightforward of what roasters are. Yes. So one day when I have my roastery, it won't be so coffee shop. It has to be the authentic roastery. Yes. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, man, how cool is it to not just roast your own coffee? The fact that I have the coffee shop and I get to brew what I'm roasting. Yes. It just adds so much more to it. It does. I don't think I could ever go back to not roasting. Yeah. But so all of your drinks have the beans that you roast? Yes. Okay. Yes. So for everybody listening, hey, if you've been and you started roasting how long ago? I think like 6-7 months ago. Okay, so all the drinks in 6-7 months ago, and it's your own. Oh, those. Unless y'all come next week, I'm taking a vacation. So my friend's going to be roasting for us. Shout out Jitters.
But yes, for 7-8 months, we've been roasting our own beans. Even after next week, we're going to be roasting our own beans. Yes. But it's 100% his. And also, like, back to the test tasting, he brings all of us, all the all of our baristas, like his beans. He has us like taste everything, get feedback, and that way, like, you know, if he needs to change something or if there's just something that he knows, like, okay, it'll elevate it a little bit. Like, let me try this. You know, he's always trying to get better. So, and I think that's a really cool thing about the roaster that he has. It's called the Bullet. The Bullet what?
R2 Pro.
There you go. The Bullet R2 Pro. It's a smaller roaster. So, you know, he can do like a reasonable amount. And if it messes up or, you know, if he needs to try again, he's not like throwing away like 50 pounds of beans.
I probably have the smallest roaster out of all the roasteries, but because...
Eddie, it's a good thing. You know why? Because me as a consumer, I'm like, okay, he's paying a lot of attention to a small batch.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Instead of just using a big machine that is going to dump 20 pounds or 10 pounds in every batch.
Yeah, if you mess up that batch, that's 20 pounds. But mine only roasts 2 pounds at a time.
Exactly.
So I have to be very, very detailed. And I got it because, one, I couldn't afford a big roaster.
Yeah, they're super expensive.
But two, it's a huge benefit to me because I get so many reps in.
Yes.
That I've learned so much because I'm getting like 10 times the reps of a regular roaster. And I guess like what made me fall in love with roasting, it's another challenge. And when I get bored with something, I need more. I need to figure out like, okay, how do I challenge myself more? And for me at that time, the challenge was I need to start roasting because it's going to make the whole coffee shop more fun for me. Is putting that challenge on myself.
Yeah. No, for sure. And like I said, look, I'm telling you this because I thought of not opening up, but start roasting my own coffee and then maybe sell to friends. And if it grows, it grows. But at the end, you know, I decided just like, no, I'm fine just doing stuff for me. And I'm still not roasting my own coffee, but I will probably in the future.
It's super fun.
But yes, I know it's the fun, it's the challenge, right? So I went through the process in my head. Okay, real roasters or the professional industrial roasters are super expensive.
Yes,
I'm talking about like the 20,000, 30,000 price range. So I was like, all right, man, if you start with something small, right? What's the positive about that? It's just, I can sell it as like I'm actually putting more attention to every 2 pounds or a pound of coffee. So the attention to detail is going to reflect on the product instead of just doing, you know, like I was saying, a larger batch of 10, 20 pounds. So I think it's awesome that you're doing it with that, you know, because it shows on the drink. You're putting more attention into every, so it's a good thing.
Yes, I'm very happy that I started off with a small roaster.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing to get another roaster yet because I just ordered a second small roaster.
Yeah.
So I have 2 of them there. I am looking for a place to roast out of though.
Yeah.
So I can speed up production by having both of them going at the same time.
So is there any plans for the near future for 956 Coffee?
Yes.
That you all can share or?
Yes, I want to have a place where I roast out of. And if we do, like if another coffee shop lands on, like if it's for us, it'll happen. We're ready. Yeah. But if it doesn't, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then one thing we are looking for is a place to roast out of.
Okay.
Roast and bake.
Roast and bake. Yes, both of those.
Two.
Lori. Those donuts and stuff. Is that what you're also in the plans or what?
Actually, I would bake a lot for the shop. So I was baking probably for the first like 2 years. And
Fun fact. The only reason we stayed alive as a business was because Lori baked.
Really?
I would bake for like the markets and all of that stuff. But
interesting.
I actually have like my recipes that I taught my sister, Sophie, the one that you met at the shop. And she's our baker. So she takes some barista shifts, but she's our baker. And she bakes the pumpkin cream cheese breads, the banana nut breads, the cookies.
Oh, the stuff that you all sell is your own. also you guys bake all that stuff.
We used to have more options. So Lori also knows how to do sourdough and puff pastries, which is why we're looking for a bigger location, because we're going to scale out.
It's going to get good then.
We're going to scale out the baking side of the coffee shop.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're looking for a roastery and somewhere where we can kind of just focus on baking. But
anyone that met us way back then always knew the goal as 956 was to do everything in-house. Yeah, whether it was syrups, beans, baking,
pastries, donuts.
Everything had to be made in-house. We want to know what ingredients goes into everything, but also be in control of all of it.
Be in control of everything, but also like I feel like Brownsville just deserves that. I feel like the people here, like their standards are so high, and rightfully so. You know, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, people deserve to have good ingredients in their coffees and their like pastries.
Yeah,
you know,
not a bunch of preservatives.
Yeah. So that's something that we really, really like just emphasize on. And, you know, we give our baristas the recipes to the vanilla syrup that we make, the brown sugar that we make, like this the syrups. And then, you know, with Sophie, she bakes all week. You know, that's what she does. She provides us with fresh pastries. So, you know, that's just something that a way like we like to give back to the community.
Okay. So is that something that might happen for the beginning of next year?
We're gonna, after this podcast, we have another showing.
Yeah, so we're gonna actively
we're looking like all the time.
Yeah.
It's just we're very picky. So when we find it, we'll be like, okay, cool. And then once we sign, we'll probably let everyone know.
Okay, awesome. So right now you guys have how many shops open?
We have two.
Two, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The one in downtown that
one was a temporary lease because they're considered a venue.
See. What is the name of that place
called? That one is Rio 409. Very beautiful,
it's awesome
building. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. So the one on Price and still just focuses on drive-through, right?
Yes. Another fun fact: we actually tried to close the Price location multiple times. It was the community.
Why?
I don't even know, if I'm being honest. But I guess like we always wanted to focus on Paredes, but the community is the ones that always tell us like, hey, please keep it open. Please keep it open.
Yeah.
It's for them.
Got it.
It really is for them. They all want it and they do support it.
Yeah.
So we keep it open for them.
And I drive through Price and Paredes all the time. And I been to your shop multiple times. So it is convenient sometimes.
Yes.
That you don't have the time to just go through the drive-through. So I guess I know you have a drive-through on the other location on Paredes also, but it just keep that one open for us, man.
Yeah.
Unless something happens, right, drastically, you have to make a decision. But if it's still good for you guys as a business, then keep it open.
Oh yeah.
Another goal, is to provide a bigger seating space in a future location. So maybe one with no drive-through, but if it has a drive-through, that's okay too. But at least a place where we can provide a little bit more seating. I do want to offer different items in a different location.
Yeah.
Such as like the pour-overs where we can slow down a little bit. Little things like that.
Man, pour-overs. Let's talk a little bit about pour-overs for people that don't know that are listening. I started seeing on YouTube videos how people were taking their time, being more technical with grinding the coffee beans and pouring over the hot water, and then they would taste the coffee that come out of those pour overs, and they were very like, oh, you can taste the flavors of this and that. So I was like, okay, I gotta get into it, right? So I started, and I had one on my own. When I drink that first pour over coffee, Eddie, that thing hit me like like 4 espresso shots.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
What's going on? Like you probably know more of what's going on with the beans, but that thing had a lot of caffeine to me. Like I even felt, and I've been drinking coffee for like 20 years. That thing was like a bolt to my body.
What ratio do you do for your drip?
I just went on AI and I was like, all right, how many grams for the pour over? And it gave me a recipe.
Okay, 1 to
like
16.
A general. I want to say so, but if I remember correctly, I finished up a cup at 300 and something grams of the end product of water. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I started with, I can't remember.
It's okay.
But it was just like a general recipe, right?
Like, so when we do pour overs, we do very big ratios. I think we do like 32 grams in. Some people are going to hear this and be like, what in the world? That's so high. Mm-hmm. But I want to show people why I do that. Like, it's so consistent. You get a really good extraction out of it. But if there's like other ways to brew that get really high yields and good flavor, like if you do the clever dripper, I'm not really sure why it hits hard, but I think it has more extraction than espresso for sure. Because I drink espresso regularly, but when I have a pour over, I feel
you feel it,
yes,
and you feel it for hours. I don't know if no, I was just gonna say something, but yeah, man, I was wired. I started like mopping and cleaning my house. I had so much energy, and I think I kept that energy throughout the whole day, man. And I was like, okay, next time I gotta be careful with pour over coffee. I gotta drink it super early and just do 1 cup, and maybe in the afternoon I'll have a light cup of coffee, and then that's it. Because it has a lot of so for people that are looking for that rush of caffeine, pour over is the way to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I want to be able to offer that. It's hard for us to offer that at our drive-through because when the rushes hit at both locations,
it's just hard to.
It gets very busy. So for us to be able to slow down there would be a challenge because you still have people waiting inside and outside, especially in the mornings.
Yeah.
But if we get another location, then it can help us slow down at that location.
Yeah. So Lori, on the business, do you guys see the same customers over and over again? Are you guys building a small community with your clientele?
Yeah, I would say so. We have a lot of regulars that we see on a daily basis. We know their orders, we know their names, and I mean we're starting to see also a lot of new people too. A lot of new people. But yeah, we do see a lot of our regulars. Like every a lot day, of consistent people. Yeah.
You get the same people every day with a mixture of new people.
Yeah. And then we just pick up like from the conversation we had like yesterday, we'll just talk. But yeah, just kind of like how you come in and you just chat with us. It's just like that.
The location is very friendly, man. What is it they call when they arrange furniture at regarding the vibes and stuff, feng shui or I don't know, something like that, right? but your location is very 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 friendly. When you walk in, you're like, it feels cool.
Thank you.
Very very cozy, very very friendly.
Thank you so much.
You want to stay there. The other thing that is important for coffee shops is that, or something that you guys that I really love that you guys do, is that you actually do the coffees on actual cups, not on the to-go cups. For the people that are drinking there, I think it is important for you guys to do it with an actual cup and not a to-go cup, right? It just tells you like, it's like saying, hey, you're welcome here to stay and finish your coffee, and not just like, oh, here's your to-go cup, bye. To me, that's the feeling.
Yeah, I feel like it feels more homey to have it in an in-house cup.
Yeah, I feel like the experience, it starts right when they walk through the door, but it also doesn't end when they get the cup of coffee. It ends when they, say bye, when they leave, when they're ready to go. So yeah, having those, like, I feel like it's the details, having the cups of coffee, the little spoons, like, all of that is tied into the whole experience that they came here for.
Yes.
So we try our best to kind of make sure that everybody gets that.
Now, one of the little things that I found out when I was talking to you guys is that you were the one that kind of like started doing the coffee art.
Yeah,
at a faster pace than you kind of like beat Eddie.
Yeah, so when we would do like the coffee cart in the markets and downtown, it was a lot of just us two. So he was pulling the shots and I was prepping the drinks, getting the syrup in the cup, you know, everything. And he would steam the milk, give it to me so he could pull the next shot.
Yes.
When it was, you know, a rush. And I kind of just learned how to do it just because I was mostly the one talking to the customers, prepping and pouring.
She also would not let me pour.
I feel so I've been trying. I have owned a espresso machine for home for the past, what is it, like 4 years probably. I can't get the coffee art, man.
You have a Breville, right?
A Rebel, yes.
That one, do you let the steam, like
well,
do you purge it?
I get the correct texture. It's just that when it comes to, maybe it's because my movements are a little bit more rough. I'm not so delicate with I'm not very artistic. So like I said, the consistency of the milk is the correct one, but I can't do anything. So it's hard.
Yeah, if I give people a cactus, I just hope that they focus on the flavor, flavor and texture. But
yeah, and I don't mind. Like I was telling you, if you get the texture the right way, the correct way of the milk, the art doesn't matter. But visually,
yeah,
humans are very visual. We start with our eyes, right? You have a nice art on my latte, like
yeah. Till this day, I still let everyone else pour. So all the baristas there,
you're like, hey, I know how to do the espresso shots and everything.
They love to pour, so they're like, hey, let me do that one. You got it.
Yeah. So when we go into our training, we tell them like, the most important part right now to get down is the espresso, because it's the heart of the drink, and the temperature and the texture. Those are very, very important. And the latte art, it kind of like it's an add-on. It's a big plus because people eat with their eyes. Yes,
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so that's like it kind of comes in afterwards, but yeah, I try to give like little pointers here and there, and it's kind of just like about like having that technique and making sure like that foam like kind of separates from the milk and it lands perfectly on the canvas, which is the espresso, the crema. So there's a lot of like little things that go into like the art and everything.
Man, but it is tough. It is tough to get that art, on top of. But I did go through the process of learning how to actually properly get the right texture for the milk. It took me many, many, many repetitions. The first machine that I had probably was overheating or doing something weird, because I noticed that, I need to let it rest now, because it was just, it was struggling with the pressure through the sprout, but I got the texture correctly, and it's just about, like I say, repetition, but then it's just so hard. I'm not that artistic.
It comes with a lot of practice.
Yeah, it does.
When I'm there enough, I can do hearts, but not any of the stuff she does.
I think it's just because we have like a lot of coffees coming in, so it's like a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm excited about the future of 956 Coffee.
Me too.
Thank you.
Any other stuff that you guys want to add before we close out? Before we finish up?
How was your experience with your shop? How was that? Because you were open for 6 months.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I didn't have an espresso machine. It was kind of like you. Let me start by just doing just regular coffee with a regular percolator, right? And all the iced coffees, variations, and the frappuccinos. That was kind of like my main thing, because in my head, it was like most people just want the frappuccinos, the flavor, the sweetness. So I'm going to concentrate on that until I save up for an actual espresso machine.
Okay.
So that was my focus. The shop for me, it had to had art, so displaying art in the walls, and I wanted to sell books, and that's one of the reasons why I talked to Gilbert also.
Oh, that's all. He's about to do both of those.
Yeah, I know. So my coffee shop was like, okay, I need to sell coffee, I need to sell books, and I need to display art.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to the university down there in Matamoros, to the art school, and asked for people that wanted to display their art. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Carmen, she gave me a lot of her art, and we put it up on the walls. And some of the stuff that she was selling, I was like, I'll help you sell. I'll just display it, and if people want to buy it, then they can purchase it. At the time, she was doing this monologue of Frida Kahlo. She's very, very good at theater and art. She's very artistic. So I was like, hey, Carmen, you know what? To help out my shop, what if we do like a little small presentation of your monologue with just like 20 seats, more personal, more intimate, and you can perform in front of like a small crowd. She's like, oh, let's do it. And we did it. And it was a big success, man. People loved it. People were asking, hey, do more, or do that kind of event more and more and more. So the coffee shop, like I said, the idea, it was working. It's just that, man, Matamoros is a different city, man. And then the whole thing about, people messing with your business. You have to pay them to be running your business. At the end, I don't want to go into that bad part or bad experience, but at the end, it was just like, I'm not going to be able to keep going. So, but the actual coffee experience, like I said, I didn't get to get an espresso machine, but the idea was working. People were accepting that concept of I guess a more artistic coffee, not just the regular cafeteria or so. I mean, you guys have something similar to that, right? Or the experience. So that was mine.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome that you got to love what you had
and to experience that.
Yeah, and for the actual coffee beans, there was, I don't know if they're still open, Bola de Oro. That was a local roaster from Matamoros that had been open for many. Back in 2007, they had been open for like 30 or 40 years, maybe more, 50 years. And old. I didn't know it existed until I started with coffee. I think the owner actually, or the manager actually visited my shop and was like, hey, I can help you with the coffee. I'm like, oh, you guys roast coffee here locally? I was like, all right. And it was really good. It was good coffee.
Awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was fresh also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the experience. Like I said, the area here in Brownsville was there was not a lot of options.
I think still everything's kind of new to an extent, like especially recently.
There's a lot of new people, a lot of new businesses coming out, and I'm excited. Honestly, I'm so excited for what's in store for Brownsville in general.
We tried to try them all.
Yeah,
like
we do.
Cloud just opened up over there in Laguna Vista.
Yeah.
We were there like the next day.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Cloud Cafe.
Cloud Cafe. Oh, I need to try it. See, now there's a new one.
Yeah, there's a lot of new businesses. But yeah, no, I'm excited, and I just can't wait for Brownsville in general, but 956 Coffee. But I mean, we'll keep everybody updated, and we're actively kind of looking for our next, our next move. So, I mean, we're just gonna keep everybody updated.
We'll be waiting for the new shop and for you to have your own recipes, all the pastries made in house and all that. I think it's gonna be exciting. And you also have plans to do the roasting in house and everything. I think it's gonna bring a new what is it called? Something new to the business.
Yeah.
That people are
Thank you.
gonna love. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Eddie. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, it was truly an honor to have you guys here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And for you guys to share your experience, which is a really, really cool story.
It was a good conversation.
Yes, thank you.
I feel like these are the conversations we have at the shops. It's really cool to
put
them on a podcast.
Now people can listen to the story.
Yeah, y'all just go hang out there at the shop. Y'all will hear us talk about this stuff.
And I'm taking people all the time.
Yes, thank you for that.
So, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I tell people, hey, you like coffee? They're like, yeah. All right, I'm gonna take you to this shop. And I take them. Everybody that I have taken there, they're all like, oh, this is really good coffee.
That's so cool.
So, yeah.
The tricky part is getting people to go from dark roast to like the light medium because they're so used to that very bold dark flavor. But thank you.
No.
That's the hardest part right there is getting them to understand that light and medium is also really good.
Yes. Share your social media and stuff like for people that are listening.
Yes, we're at 956 Coffee on both Facebook and Instagram, or at 956 Coffee Co.
Yes, and our addresses for Price is 2111 East Price Road, Brownsville, Texas, and then our other location is 4008 Butter This Line Road.
The one for Price, I always tell people, hey, it's right there by the watermill.
Yeah.
Across from the Stripes.
Yeah.
So for everybody listening that knows where that is.
Yeah. And that watermill is still 15 cents. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah. So they get good business.
Yeah, they do they get people show up and order like.
How do they call it? It's
45
It's one of those hacks, life hacks. Hey, if you want cheap water, that watermill is still 15 cents, right?
Yeah. Yes. And it's good water too. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes,
Until next time.
Thank you.